All right, Kipsters, today we're going to get into something that we didn't do a whole lot in school, but it's something you're going to see a lot in 5th grade and we would have ended our year with. Today we're going to be looking at measurement conversions. Now, there's one thing that we always want to keep in mind when we think about measurement conversions, and that's if I'm going to be adding any sort of measurement, they have to have the same units. Now we're going to take a look at a few charts here that are going to help us to convert from different units of the metric system. So let's. Today we're going to be looking at measurements. Specifically, we're going to look at the metric measurements. We're going to be focused with centimeters, meters, and kilometers. All of these are used to measure distance or length. Kilometers are similar to miles, meters are similar to feet or yards, and centimeters are similar to inches. We typically use these measurements in other parts of the world, not in America. When we think about measurement conversions, there's a few things that we have to keep in mind. One is that anytime that I'm going to be adding measurements, they have to have the same units. So therefore, a lot of times we end up having to convert. When we have to convert in metric units, we use powers of 10. So that's like times 10 times 100 times 1,000. In 1 meter, there's 100 centimeters. In 1 kilometer, there's 1,000 meters. And when we want to go from different units, if we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, we're going to multiply. But if we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, then we would divide. For example, if I'm going from meters to centimeters, I'm going to multiply. Or if I'm going from kilometers to meters, I'm going to multiply. But if I'm going from meters to kilometers, then I would divide. Now let's quickly take a look at some different measurement conversions. So again, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters and 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. So that would mean that 5 meters is the same as 500 centimeters because 5 times 100 is 500 because there's 100 centimeters in each of the 5 meters. 8 kilometers is equal to 8,000 meters because 8 times 1,000 is 8,000. Now let's look at our first problem. It's asking me to convert 915 kilometers and 8 meters into only meters, and 14 meters, 8 centimeters into only centimeters. Think back to those conversions, and if you need to, go back to those examples that we just saw. So the first conversion that we're going to have to make is 950 kilometers and 8 meters into just meters. So I'm going to start with my kilometers. I know that in 1 kilometer there's 1,000 meters, so 915 times 1,000 is 915,000. But I also still have that extra 8 meters. So I add that in and I have a total of 915,008 meters. Now the second conversion was 14 meters, 8 centimeters converted to centimeters. And I know in 1 meter there's 100 centimeters. So 14 times 100 is 1,400 centimeters. But then I need to add on those extra 8 centimeters. So I have 1,408 centimeters. Now let's take a look at problem number 2. Rachel has a rope 5 meters and 32 centimeters long that she cut into 3 pieces. One piece is 249 centimeters long. The other piece is 2 meters 79 centimeters long. How many centimeters long is the third piece of rope? Think about what this problem is asking. There's multiple steps that we're going to need to do. So the problem tells me that Rachel has a piece of rope that is 5 meters 32 centimeters long. So I'm going to start by converting that into total centimeters. So I would take 5 times 100 is 500 plus 32 is 532 total centimeters. I know that she has cut that 532 centimeter piece of rope into 3 other pieces. One piece is 249 centimeters. Another piece is 2 meters 79 centimeters, which is a total of 279 centimeters. I'm then going to add my 279 centimeters plus my 249 centimeters. Remember, I had to convert those to be both centimeters in order to be able to add them. So that means I have 528 centimeters with those 2 pieces of rope. So to figure out the third piece of rope, I'm going to have to subtract from the total of 532 centimeters minus the 528 centimeters, meaning the third piece of rope is 4 centimeters long. I know this was a tough one today, but way to keep working hard. All of us 4th grade teachers and all the other teachers at KIPP are so proud of you. Keep it up.